Hi Aquarius, how are you guys? I'm so sorry your guys' reading is so late. I'm about to film fire signs too. I am so behind this month. So anyways, how are we doing? I hope we are doing well. So what is May 2019 going to be like for my lovely Aquarians? Well, it's going to be about family, stability, structure, your home life. Rules, apparently, and how much you like to break those rules. But, so you have the Emperor coming out here first, Aries energy, which is interesting. Taurus for you is your 4th house, Aquarius, so the themes that you're going to see have to do with your deepest emotional self. It can bring up things from childhood. You could be going to visit like an old home that you used to live in, or your family's house, or because it also has to do with family, the 4th house. By the way, excuse my eye. My contact was being a little bitch and I had to take it out, so it's a little red. Anyway, so yeah, you're dealing with your family. You're dealing with your deepest emotional self. You're dealing with your past. You're dealing with your past. Not to mention you have all of this crazy energy going on in Capricorn, right? And that's your 12th house. So if you haven't seen my video from last month for April, I would definitely go watch that, because I went over all of these crazy long-lasting transits and how they will be affecting each sign. So I talked a lot about all of the Capricorn transit stuff going on for Aquarius in last month's video, so I'm not going to get too deep in it. But this is your 12th house, so it has to do with a lot of karmic endings. Aquarius, you are going through a lot of karmic times right now, and you may be having to face some things in your past, but I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be anything that you're expecting it to be. I think it's going to be unexpected, not in the sense of this tower here where it's like destruction and destructive. Yeah, there's going to be some unexpected things happening very early on this month in May, but it's going to take you by surprise, but I don't think it's a bad surprise, even though the sun is sitting right in between, you know, the devil and the tower. I don't think it's going to be that bad of a surprise, just so you can see the cards here, you know? I don't think it's going to be that bad, or as bad as you think it will be. I think that your happiness is blocked off by your fears, is blocked off by change, the fear of change. And I think this month is going to give you some major insight into why some of the things that have happened have had to happen, if that makes sense. I think you're going to be very grateful that some of the things happened the way that they did, and I think that it's going to be a very big stepping stone and a very big light for you to move forward with through the darkness of your own fears, your own past, and your own karma. With all this 12th house Capricorn energy going on right behind you, it's kind of scary. You're diving into some very deep psychological places. But yeah, so this month is going to have to deal with family, and it's still going to have that theme of freedom, like we talked about last month. How can you break free? And I think that you're going to be definitely breaking free of some things this month, definitely, especially if you're dealing with a job or an earth sign or a water sign. Some of you could be dependent on a water sign or an earth sign, therefore you feel trapped, or dependent on someone else to make you feel good, or someone else materialistically. And it could have you feeling very trapped right now, Aquarius. But I think more than anything, this is clarifying these first very, very powerful, all major arcana cards, 5 of them here, the Emperor, the Devil, the Sun, the Tower, the World, all coming out right off the bat. It's going to be a very unexpected turn of events very early on this month, and I think you're going to see yourself being able to finally emotionally walk away from things that you never thought that you could finally walk away from. You're going to see how far you've grown and why some things in the past didn't work out, like I said. You're going to finally be breaking away from something that really had you down, like really had you down. Some kind of rules system, some kind of, like, this could even be imprisonment, some kind of power, someone that possibly had some kind of power over you, or a situation that had power over you, or your own self. And I think that this is very beneficial to you. This month seems very beneficial to you so far, in very, very deep ways. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Page of Swords. So you have 2 10s here. So you guys have been really, really, like, working on your reputation, or who you want to be, or who you want to become, or what kind of legacy you want to leave behind, what kind of family you want to have. And it may feel like a little bit of a burden right now. The future may feel like a burden. It may feel overwhelming. It may almost feel like you can't take it. Sorry, my window is open. My astrology notes just fell down. It may almost feel like you can't take it. Like there's so much to do. Like you want to get here, but you're here. You know what I mean? Like how can you get there? And I think it's going to be by communicating with people. You have, by a new idea, by looking outside of the box instead of looking so narrowly, you know, being so kind of like cut to the chase about it. Looking at the bigger picture, I think, is what is going to help you. So anyways, like I was saying, Taurus is your 4th house of your foundations, your family. Some of your foundations could be crumbling. Some of your old foundations in which you built upon could be proven to be somewhat unstable. Therefore, they kind of fall with this Tower here. And you could realize that as they're falling, and realize that they need to fall and why they need to fall. And then as they fall, you are able to kind of see things for what they really are. And I think that you're able to see that it's been a long time coming anyway. You know what I mean? I think there's a very good chance for you to run into old people this month, or to somehow get in touch with them, or them get in touch with you, and then for them to really open your eyes to things in the past. It's not such a good idea to go and get involved with these people from the past again. It's a good idea to learn from it, to realize what you need to realize, and also realize that you're no longer that person, and then move the fuck on. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. And I think that's what we're doing. I think we are finally moving on from a lot of stuff towards the end of the month, somewhere in there. So yeah. This is healing deep emotional issues. This is moving forward from a lot of things in the past, Aquarius. You also have Jupiter in your 11th house of gains, which is going a little bit retrograde right now. Going a little bit retrograde. What am I talking about? Going retrograde right now. So, here you have the 5 of Pentacles next to the 6 of Swords. So, moving on from the past. You could be abandoning ship. Someone could feel like you're abandoning them. Like, so if these people come back to from the past, someone that you may have abandoned in the past, or someone that you felt like abandoned you, could be coming full circle somehow. Or this could just be you moving on and abandoning your own shit from the past, you know what I mean? And like not letting it have any kind of power over you anymore. You know, the Five of Pentacles is a challenge in our stability, a challenge in our money, the feeling of abandonment. And I think this is kind of what is natural when you have the Tower up here, the Emperor. You have all these very stable cards that are all about your foundation, you know, and I think that's what a lot of this month is about, like the ways in which you have grown and which the past play a very important role in your life today, and the ways that your own foundation that you stand upon, your own belief systems, your own emotions, your own way of building yourself back up, Aquarius, is changing and different. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, yeah, you have a lot of quote unquote bad cards, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's beautiful. It's an intense reading. It's a big month for a lot of you, it looks like, but it's beautiful. Like by the end of this month, I think you're going to recognize some serious change in yourself and in your life, possibly even with your family life and how you handle that. Also even with your work life, and your own self, your own emotional life, and how you feel about your past and what all has happened. So, yeah, like I was saying, Jupiter is in your 11th house going retrograde right now. It's in your house of gains. So it's showing you a new perspective in how you are gaining things in your life, and you may have to work a little bit harder to get gains in your life, but once you do, it will pay off. And Jupiter is not going to be retrograde forever, you know what I mean? But you have a lot of good luck right now, Aquarius. You just have to work a little bit hard and show a little bit of willingness to use it. You also have, you know, the 11th house is also about groups of people, friends, social media. So I feel like if you ask for help, the help will be there for you. It's just asking for help is such a hard thing to do for some reason right now. Obviously, make sure you're asking the right people. Make sure you're staying around very stable, level-headed people. Don't toy with people from your past, which looks like it very well may happen towards the end of the month. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. Don't toy from people from your past. You know, get to know new people. Get to know people that are good people, that you know that you can trust, that are not toxic, that are going to be there for you. So, anyways, the new moon, which was on the 4th, I know this is late, but the energy is going to be affecting all of us for the next 2 weeks. So this new moon for you is a very cool moon for Aquarius. It's a fresh new start, and it's going to have you reinventing all of the themes that I've mentioned with the 4th house. Family, your family life, your foundation, your personal life, your emotional life, your past, your childhood, like really going back and gathering ideas and rethinking everything, reinventing those themes of your life in some way, shape, or form. Then we have the full moon in Scorpio on the 18th, which is going to be in your 10th house. And this is going to be very much about long-term goals, your future plans, where you want to settle down eventually, where you want to build that new foundation and how you want to build it, your reputation, your public image, your career, etc., etc. And you could already be like thinking about some of these things in your life. But something from the past may come up around this time, with it being in Scorpio, may come up around this time. It could be something you used to do, or something that you like maybe you applied for a job in the past or something like that, and you didn't get it, but then all of a sudden they call, you know what I mean? Something like that. So something from the past may come up kind of seemingly out of nowhere, because we're dealing with, Uranus energy here and Scorpio energy. And yeah, it may help you succeed, but there may be some kind of negotiation. And I think that's what this could be about. Just when you think you're at your wit's end, something comes rolling in. It may require some kind of negotiation or some kind of balance, And I think it's going to be good for you. So yeah, Venus moves through your 4th house, which also helps you to forgive things that have happened in the past with past lovers. And will also make it very easy to run into them. It will also give you a new perspective when it comes to your love life and pretty much how much things have changed, Aquarius. So, I think that's pretty much it. If you're already in a serious relationship, your serious relationships might get a little bit more quiet. You may not be so public about them. If you are in a serious relationship, things could really start settling down this month. Towards the end of the month, I would say. I know the first half of this month is going to feel like kind of like a roller coaster through possibly your greatest fears. But towards the last half of the month, it really seems like you are wanting to settle down, wanting to kind of like take a break. You want something true. You want something real. You want something new that you can have a true kind of connection with, a true kind of love with. Not something superficial, not something from the past. And it looks good for that. So, if you guys want to see more, pretty much right now I am doing bonus extended readings. So for each monthly reading, I'm going and clarifying each card that we pulled over on my Patreon. So for $5, you can get all of the bonus readings this month. And yeah, I clarify so much more. We go into so much more. It's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check out my Patreon. It's a lot of fun. You also get love readings like bi-weekly over on Patreon for becoming a $5 member. If you become a $10 a month member, you get short personal readings with me every single week. Hey, hello. So definitely go check that out if you're interested. I love you guys. I love you, Aquarius. You're my moon sign, so of course I love you. And I will see you guys in my weekly live streams and over on Patreon in the extended reading and next month.